Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to the Tour de France 2020 Pro Team Series. This is part number 3 of season number 3 and today we start Paris-Nice. But before all that, let's reflect on what was a brilliant La Route course. After last season, we managed to finish 18th of course in the standings by a very slender 1 point. One singular point, quite unbelievable really. We managed to sign some new riders, one of those being Théo Gegenhardt, who managed to win La Route course, and we managed to get a fantastic 1-2 with Gegenhardt beating Medeiros to the top spot. But it was the opposite way around in the best climate classification. Medeiros managed to pick up the polka dot jersey, and we also picked up the green jersey, the points classification, with another of our new signings, Van Baal, and we also picked up, of course, that young rider classification with Théo Gegenhardt. So, because we finished in the top 2, we've got a really nice points total already in the Pro Cycling rankings. Don't be fooled though, we won't be first for the whole season because that's just reflecting, of course, this tour. I'm sure after Paris-Nice and some of the other tournaments, a lot of other teams will start to catch up. The likes of Ineos, again, they've only got 12 points at the moment, so I really wouldn't start getting all that excited. But next up is Paris-Nice. There are 8 stages. 8 stages, that's right. There's 2 time trials, 2 flat stages, and 2 hilly stages. So I'm going to pick my team, have a look at the starting lineup, and yeah, I'll see you guys when we pick the team.
Hi guys, welcome to the briefing for this first stage. Today we've got a prologue on the program, and victory will surely come down to a few seconds between the favourites of the discipline. You'll have to be on pace from the word go. Let's be clear, our chances of getting into the top 10 are slim. Try to limit the damage.
So here we are then for the start of Paris-Nice. There are 2 changes to our team. As you can see, Lawless gets his debut and Bierge has his first start of the season. I didn't actually want to start with Théo Gegenhardt. I clicked the button for the wrong reason there. It's a bit of a pain. I was going to go for the time trial with Michael Bierge because we haven't really got much of a expectation to be in the general classification with Bierge, but no issue. No issue really. But again, it's just a case of putting our foot down, I think, from the start. Again, you wouldn't think we could lose too much time, but we did, I remember, with Swifty before, and that was no good to us. So, top 10 in this stage isn't really expected. As I said, there are 2 changes to the team. Quintana's out purely just because of a resting point of view. Again, somebody's got to be rested, and it's worth using the rotation in our team, really. That makes complete sense. But Affini wasn't really up to it beforehand, so Michael Bierge gets his first appearance of the season, and the other man comes in after that. I didn't realise that we've got that much energy to use, to be honest. We're about 8 seconds off. That's not much of a problem. It could have been a lot worse, but we'll have to see. I don't know. It depends what our objectives are like compared to what actually happened for the rest. But let's see. I always think these are really strange, these first few types. If I can put my teeth in. The first stage is always strange when it's a time trial, in my opinion. It just doesn't make complete sense, but oh well, who is it who's won the time trial? I'll tell you what, they will have won the time trial, but probably won't win the whole thing. It's Calderman who wins the time trial, and obviously he'll get all the points. How the hell can you be in the best climber classification at this point? Sure, that's got to be the young rider classification. Yeah, I was about to say, how the hell can you have a climbing classification from a time trial? I did dispute that a little bit then, but no, I think we did alright there. Let's have a look at how we all got on. Yeah, that's fine. A bit annoying that we actually managed to pick Gegenhardt because we've actually lost 11 seconds now, but again, you know, it's not too bad really. We were 3 seconds off anybody else. It would have been a better plan to go with someone else, but oh well, doesn't really matter too much. We did lose out on some points in the points classification, but again, there's plenty of opportunities, not too concerned. And after that first stage, again, as you can see, we're all fairly level. I mean, a few seconds aren't really going to lead to too much at this point, not too fussed. And, well, we're going to move on to stage number 2. That was a very short stage.
The main thing to grasp today is that the route is flat and without any difficulties. But be on your guard as the wind can lead to bordures. Normally, we'd put a cross through this stage. But with the wind, the outcome is unclear. It's up to us to seize the opportunity for a good result. Have a good stage.
Hello cycling fans everywhere. Things are pretty clear today. With no classified difficulties on the menu, the stage should end in a sprint. However, a few riders might miss out if there are any borders along the way.
Oh, thank goodness, a proper stage. A normal stage, look at everyone. Not just one cyclist. I don't like time trials. I think you can probably tell But anyway, on for the stage number 2. There are very little in terms of the objectives really today. And one of those to be part of today's breakaway with Van Baal. That's why we are on board with him. And also to finish in the top 25 with Lawless and the top 20 with McClay. I'll tell you what, they don't really believe in Ben Swift being a sprinter, do they? They don't really believe in all that. But even though it's a flat stage, it's not the most interesting. There are 3 highlights. Obviously, there are the 3 sprints here. So, plenty of things to get interested in. Plenty of points available for that green jersey, which, of course, as always, we're going to go for. Again, we've got a good quality of rider, and there's no reason why we can't go for every single jersey that's on offer. So, let's see how we get on. Again, shouldn't be the most exciting stage, but as it's been said, if there's any borders, and there could be a real chance for somebody today, and hopefully that somebody might be us. But I'm going to put our foot down a little bit with Van Baal here, see if we can get a bit of a gap. It's certainly worth going for, isn't it, at this point? Again, don't want to use all of our energy up. I think that's been the problem with some of our breakaways. Absolutely gone for it, used all of our energy, and then, of course, when the breakaway doesn't work, then we've lost all of our energy. I'll tell you what, I've picked a terrible day to record. It seems my it seems my tongue is all tied.
Guys, at the beginning of this tour, the sprinters will not allow breakaways. If there are more than 5 or 6 riders in front, the sprinters will get their teammates to ride.
Right, okay, interesting. Looks like those guys are going to catch up, and that's exactly what I'm talking about using all of our energy. It just seems silly, really. So we're just going to fast forward a bit, get Van Baal to follow any attacks, because I think the peloton's going to catch up fairly quickly. I could be wrong, but we work with our opponents. I think the peloton is going to catch up here. That one guy's actually gone, and the peloton hasn't persisted, it doesn't look like, so we have actually got a breakaway up and running. I don't recognise any of those names, but it is a long way until that first sprint. So even though the breakaway might have worked for now, I doubt that it's going to go all the way in terms of that first sprint. But you never know. I'll see you guys when we get there. Well, here we are then for the opening sprint of this Paris-Nice. Obviously, apart from the end of that first time trial, and we've got a good gap actually at the front. There's a nice breakaway here, and the guy behind us doesn't seem to be keeping up, so we might as well just put some good pace in, make sure we get the sprint. I mean, to be honest, we don't really have to go like a bat out of hell here. I just want to make sure we get the points, though. We will tell Swifty and Lawless, I think, to get a move on, as well as McClay, actually, because they seem to think that McClay and Lawless are better than Swift, but in my opinion, you can't beat Swifty. Not in our team, but I'm willing to be proven wrong. It looks like Van Baal's going to take a nice 20 points here in this first sprint. Terpstra behind just seems to be struggling to keep up with us, and we will lower the tempo after this first sprint and just allow him to catch up, because there's no good him us being too far away, basically. So half kilometre from that line. I think we're okay to go back. We're going to go back to Swifty. See where he is. He's not best placed, to be honest, there, so telling him to do well on the relays was a bit of a waste of time, it seems. So we're going to have to push our way through here. We know Van Baal's going to take the point. We're not too worried about that. But let's go with him. Come on, son. Up to 4th. Might be able to get up to 3rd here. Oh, it's going to be tight. Oh, we got swarmed at the end. I mean, we managed to get 6th. That was quite lucky in the end, actually. Where did McClay end up? Did he end up in 3rd? I think McClay ended up in 3rd. Oh no, McClay's in the 6th group. For some reason, I thought McClay was ahead of us. But Lawless got a single point. Quite happy with that. Absolutely fine. Good stuff. And obviously Swift got 10. And of course the main man Van Baal managed to pick up a good 20. So that's really good stuff. Good start in this stage. We've got 2 more sprints. We have got this potential of Baradeurs, so we'll see what happens. Not Baradeurs, Borders. I get all confused with the French terminology. Borders, isn't it? It's meant to be. Yeah, we've got a potential of Borders, I think, at some point, but again, I'll keep you updated if there is. If not, then we'll just go to the next sprint. Well, we got through that fairly nicely. One of our riders has dropped back, and that is unfortunately Mikel Bierge, but the rest of our guys have stayed intact. Some of our guys haven't got the most amount of energy left, but again, we've got another sprint, another chance for 20 points, and we're going to go for it with Swifty here. As you can see, McClay's really struggling, so we might say to Lawless to maybe get on with it a little bit here, see what he can do. Apart from that, though, Again, I'm not too bothered. I don't want to exert the energy of all of our main guys before we get to some of the bigger stages. This is just about staying in touch today. It was the threat of Bordeaux that was a danger. And as you can see, it has split things more than potentially you might expect. Van Baal is going for it here, so fair play to him. Let's see how Swifty gets on. I think he's going to be in the top 4 at least, isn't he? Won't get any more than that, though, at this point. Does well, though, there. So, Swifty 4th. Van Baal ends up in 6th. I mean, I didn't actually tell him to attack, but seems he decided to anyway, so you can't argue with that one too much. Let's see where the rest finished up. Medua's 7th. Brilliant. Lawless ended up 10th. 6 points. Really solid from our guys, I have to say. But I'm going to tell them both just to wait for the next group. There's no point trying to get a... Calm down, Van Baal. What's Van Baal doing? I don't know. Wait for the next group, Van Baal. All he'll do is end up tiring himself out, and that just seems silly at this point. We need to tell... if we just set a minimum tempo at this point. Tell McLeod to follow and don't overtire too much. Bjerg is looking okay, to be honest now. Just tell him to stick to the wheels in front. He might catch up before the end. But some good progress made on the sprint today. I'm very happy with that. I don't think there'll be any sort of breakaway before the end. If there is, we'll try and get on it. But, yeah, I think it should just be all coming down to the last sprint. And hopefully with Swifty, we'll have a good chance, particularly considering we've got a full tank of gel left. I can't believe this. We're into the last 10 kilometres and the likes of Meduas have started struggling. It seems that this stage is definitely taking its toll on some of our riders. I'm going to have to get them to take their blue gel a little bit earlier than planned here. Maybe the windy section did cause a bit more trouble than expected. But I think we're looking okay now, yeah. Just keep that red gel in hand in case things really start to get pear-shaped. But, again, we don't want to set too much pace because that blue gel could go down quite quickly. I think Lawless is actually our best chance here. Maybe Van Baal. Where's Van Baal? 43rd. I think he needs to get a bit close to the front. I think Van Baal, Swift, and possibly Lawless are our only chance at a stage win today. A bit worried about Medua, so I have to say. Tell him to stick to the wheels in front. Given that he's a contender for us, we don't want him to lose silly amounts of time today. But it's been an interesting flat stage, considering flat stages always end in a bunched sprint. Well, it is a bunched sprint of sorts, but not the type that you'd necessarily be expecting. With less players than you would expect as well. So, we've got Swifty, Gegenhardt, Van Baal's here as well. Swifty's just tucked up behind us, I don't mind that at all. So we're going to the 5 kilometre line. Lawless is here as well, so we're looking okay at this point. Just make sure everyone's looking okay, yep. Can take the red gel at some point, but I don't think we'll need it for the moment. Do we go back to Swifty? Yeah. You've got to trust... I mean, his record on sprints is unbelievable. He's that strong. It's just the little amount of blue gel that we've got that worries me. I'm going to try and tag onto the back of this train. I think that could be a good idea. Is that one of our men? That's one of ours, isn't it? Bombing to the front. Gegenhardt's to our right. Just try and recover a bit of energy with Ben Swift. It looks like the rest of our guys finished pretty well anyway. The only concern is that Meduas is quite a way back. That's my only worry here. Again, just try and recover as much energy as possible with Ben Swift by following at this point. But hopefully we can do nicely in this sprint. Again, we've got a lot of good riders on the flat now, and that'll really benefit us. And I mean, we saw last episode, Swifty's a mountain climber. It's not bad, is it? Right, let's put on the style a bit now. Let's put on the pace a little. Tell all of our guys, to be honest, to just attack at this point. Time to do us as well, why not? Try and recover as much energy as possible. And with a kilometre to go, we'll go with 0.8, I think. Try and be a bit stronger at the end. Here we go. We've been caught napping there. We went a little bit too late in the end, so we're not going to win this stage. We do okay in the end, though. It's about 8th. Again, we knew we didn't have too much energy. We did struggle a little bit in that stage, it seems. I mean, look at Meduas. It's not really worked for him, has it, bless him? Might not be his Might not be his tour, you never know. Try and finish as close behind as we can. But yeah, that's a bit of a worry. We've got 7 riders. And obviously we know that Gegenhardt didn't do all that well on the first stage. But, I mean, he's 6 or 7 seconds behind most. That doesn't worry me. But Medeiros, McLay and Bjerge there finished quite a way back. Interesting. But Swifty would have managed to pick up some points on the sprint, I know. So that's okay. Let's have a look, though. Who won the stage? It's going to be a different kind of tour, this is, because there aren't so many of the traditional mountain stage that we're so good at. It's a bit flatter, and I think it can be a bit deceiving. So Groenewegen wins the stage, but who's got the general classification? I presume it's whoever won the time trial, if it being a bunch sprint. It's Ewan who gets the general classification, so he might have been up there in the time trial and also up there today. Bear in mind that, again, the field was quite split at the end. Groenewegen also with the green jersey. And then obviously the young rider jersey as well, which we're not too concerned about though. Let's see what the post-mortem is, because I can't imagine it'll be all that positive.
Well done, lads. You rode a very good stage. Finishing in the top 10, even though the stage didn't suit us, is very satisfying. We lose the polka dot jersey. It's the low point of the day.
We lose the polka dot jersey? I don't think we had the polka dot jersey. That's a concern though. I mean, he seemed quite happy with that, so I might be being too harsh on our guys. 4 of our guys finishing nicely in there. McLay, 33 seconds back. Don't know what happened to him. Medeiros, 59 seconds back, but Bjerge, 4 minutes back. That was a disaster for him, wasn't it? Goodness me. Did alright in the points, though, didn't we? 4th and 5th from that stage. That's not too bad. We'll take that. So in the general classification, we've got 4 guys who are still in there. Van Baal, Swifty, Lawless, Gegenhardt. I mean, McLay is to an extent. So I think that a good choice to make here would just be purely go for the best climber classification with Medeiros, because he's too far back now to win the yellow jersey. So I think go for the mountain classification with Valentin Medeiros here. But again, we've got Lawless, Swifty, Van Baal, all with a chance of the green jersey. I mean, Lawless not so much, I guess, but Van Baal and Swifty certainly. So again, it's looking fairly decent here. I'm not too fussed. This looks okay at the moment. Not too bad at all. And because we achieved some of our objectives, then we get a nice recovery bonus for those 2 guys. But stage number 3 is another... Yeah, no, it's a hilly stage, actually. And I'll tell you what, they're hilly stages, but they're a bit more than just hills. Look at that. That next stage, a 2nd class climb, 3rd class climb, 2 more 2nd class climbs, and a 3rd class climb, all within 3 other sprints. So it's going to be terrific. It's going to be difficult, definitely. And then another hilly stage, a time trial. Might just simulate that one. And then a flat stage and 2 hilly stages before the end. So don't be fooled. Even though there's not any mountainous stages, it's certainly not easy. And we'll do those next 2 stages probably in the next video. Just wanted to introduce the Paris-Nice today and then really get into the nitty-gritty on Thursday's episode. So if you enjoyed that, make sure to leave a like down below. Comment your thoughts as well. And remember to subscribe for regular Tour de France content on a Tuesday, Thursday and on a Saturday. Thank you for your company, folks, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye for now.